Hey there, Rednecks, Preppies, Redneck Preppies. It's me, the Redneck Preppy. How you doing today? Great? Good. When I was a far younger Redneck Preppy, my grandfather was a regular angler and outdoorsman. He had a camp, boat, box of tackle, rods and reels, a rifle, shotgun, all of it. He worked hard after he emigrated to Canada, first as a lumberjack in the West, before coming east to work underground in the mines. Weekends were for heading to camp with the family to enjoy some solitude before that grind began yet again for another week. Unfortunately, the camp and the boat were sold in the late 1970s. When I was a kid, he moved back across the country and left most of his remaining outdoors gear with my parents in a storage room. It was there that I found his musty red and black hunting jacket, a .410 shotgun for small games, some hats, a fishing net, his tackle box, a rod, and a reel. I can actually still see that jacket hanging off a hook in the side room. That fishing rod had a Zebco spin cast reel on it. I have no idea what happened to the reel. It likely suffered at the hands of a young and dumb preppy, but I still have the rod and much of his tackle. I fished with some of his lures back in the 1980s and 90s. These days I can't really risk fishing them. In real world terms, it's a rather unremarkable fishing rod, and that might be being polite. It's a fairly short rod at 5 feet in length, and it was made for Canadian Tire, remarkably in Canada at that. But the manufacturer responsible for this is unknown. Research online has revealed nothing about it. Frankly, its many decades on the planet is borne witness to, with a ton of scratches, wear marks, some gouges, and wear. Like many anglers, I've been seduced by notions that fishing is a lot like many things in life, that you have to constantly be getting the latest and greatest in order to be successful. Did your humble reel aid in catching and continues to do so? Aye, but is it designed and made in Japan of carbon fiber? That's a lovely rod, but does it have line guides made of the latest space-age material that allows line to fly out even further and faster thanks to reduced measures of friction you don't even understand? This rod basically sat around for decades, as I didn't have much of a use for it, but nor did I want to part ways with it either. It really is the only thing that I have left of my grandfather. Well, I got it into my head recently that I wanted to bring the old lady back and do it in a way that my father might have approved of. So recently I found a Zebco 33 and ordered it. Granted, it's a Zebco 33 Platinum, likely a little bit fancier than the original 33 that would have graced the rod, but it's close enough to the real. So why did I go through the expense of buying a reel I certainly don't need for a rod that I've probably never used before and don't even need now? It might come as a surprise to you, but the gruff and unfriendly exterior that many know so well hides a slightly less gruff and unfriendly interior. And I am, or perhaps have become, a more sentimental man in recent years. I guess that thing kind of happens when you reach your 50s. You begin to appreciate things that you didn't pay attention to before. I brought the rod back to life because I intend to use it. It's a rod that my grandfather likely caught many fish with. Perhaps one that my father borrowed when he went out with his father. I can never go fishing with either. Life has unfortunately closed that door for me. But I can pay some small honor to those men before me and family history by taking this setup out and catching some fish with it. That's fishing, though, isn't it? It's an unbroken line that can travel through families for generations. It's been famously noted that many men go fishing all of their lives without knowing that it is not fish that they are after. That was likely meant in some more elevated philosophical sense than I'm employing today. But I don't think I'm completely off base with my interpretation. Fishing, and perhaps outdoor life in general, is an engine of memories and experiences. Generational memories and experiences. They grow thick from the soil of a family camp that's been maintained and used for generations by successive waves of family. They're bound together by the artifacts of previous ages, things like fishing and hunting trophies on the wall. Evidence of prior lives and past adventures can be found in the faint smells of old clothes hanging in closets, patiently waiting for someone to put them on one more time. Perhaps evidence of a fine angler in his own with this insight, but Leonardo da Vinci, of all people, wrote that the water you touch in a river is the last of that which is past, and the first of that which is coming. Thus it is with time. It's a gussied up way of saying that time moves inexorably on, and that we can never relive a day again, not on our own, nor of those of previous generations. We can only travel forwards to new experiences. But maybe with something like fishing, we can achieve a faint flavor of traveling back in time. Maybe by fishing the same waters with the same gear and the descendants of the same fish, we can inhabit the ghosts of those who came before. We can know, think, and feel what they did in some limited way at least. We can again touch that water that passed. You don't need an old battered fishing rod to do that. Hopefully, though, by bringing this old soldier back, I can pay some small tribute to those who came before me. Do them proud by catching something with it. Create an experience that I was unfortunately never able to have with them personally. Or perhaps I'm overthinking all of this and it's just a fishing rod. I'll let you decide. At any rate, I hope you found today's video to be at least vaguely entertaining and mildly informative. As always, I hope you enjoy your next outdoors adventure in the company of family and friends. Take care, and bye-bye.